That was mean. I'm sorry. Ending the episode with Iori showing up and just cutting it off right there was absolutely mean. Yes, Iori was technically my first 3-star. Like, I re-rolled until she popped up and I was like, I'm good. She looks cute. I like her personality. She's supposedly very, very good. So I just stopped right there. But yeah, was a little bit upset that she just popped up at the end of episode 5 and then they just cut it off right there. But I don't know. I assume that next episode we're going to jump right back into her. I'm super excited for it. But man, I have to say, a little bit mad that Haruka blew up the poor guy's ramen shop. That guy is so nice, and they literally just blew it up. I mean, we've kind of established for a while now that Haruka is kind of, I don't know, yandere? Like, she's super yandere for Aru. Like, I guess, like, it literally opens up the episode with, or not opening it up, but at some point in the episode, having her confront Aru and say, I'll do anything for you. And it just turned into her being hungry. And then immediately after that, oh, we needed, this place is the problem. I'll blow it up for you. Like, she's super crazy. But it kind of plays into her, like, ditzy, clumsy self that she'd be willing to do something like that. And then afterwards go, crap, I made a problem again, didn't I? You'd assume that every time they've had a problem, it's probably because of Haruka. The whole dog thing with them on the boat probably was Haruka. But yeah, I also like to see that Sensei got an invitation for a Nonomi lap pillow. That was a bit spicy. I actually confirmed it by actually looking at a video of the story mode. And yeah, Nonomi literally says, hey, Sensei, come when nobody else is here, and you can have a lap pillow too. Nonomi's like, this is not just yours, Hoshino. Anybody can have the Nonomi lap pillow. I'm all for it. She's got the thigh for it. She says that Hoshino, these thighs are not just for you. They're not your domain. It was great. But yeah, let's just jump in the episode proper. Like I said, opening it up with them still talking about the whole Kaiser loaning thing, which yes, the information has confirmed that yes, that money is going directly to the Helmet Gang, and the Helmet Gang is obviously coming after them, which doesn't make any sense to them because why would they be paying it to them and wanting them to destroy them when they haven't paid back the rest of their loan yet? That doesn't make any sense. There's a cash flow there that doesn't make any sense. Which again, I was kind of assuming that when they seen that ledger that they were probably going to see not just that the money was going to the bank, but more so, oh yeah, this other thing says the bank is paying into somebody else that is paying into having them take down. Again, because my assumption is that there's something in the skull. There's something underneath it or something, and I'm surprised at this point that they haven't revealed yet exactly what in this building they want. But they're paying a lot of money into it, so you assume that it's something really big, but yeah, that's obviously the confusion there. But yeah, they go outside and they send off Hifumi, and this was like a very interesting thing here because Hifumi's like, oh, well, now that they know what's all going on, I'll let the tea party know. Apparently the tea party, I'm assuming, is Trinity. They come together to have a tea party at some point, like a council meeting, which they kind of technically showed in like one of the shots. They showed like this little tea party thing and it has them there. But yeah, she's going to tell them because there's this whole collusion that's happening and maybe they can help you out. Now, here was the interesting thing because during this whole lead up here, it kept showing Hoshino, and Hoshino had a very serious face. She had a very skeptical face on her, like she was looking at something with skepticism. And it seemed to imply that Hoshino was kind of bothered by the situation, or at least what they were planning on doing. And additionally, with this whole situation, Hifumi saying this, she's like, you're such a pure girl. Like, Hoshino's like the lollybaba. She's just like, oh, I'm so old, whatever. She's just like, oh, you poor little child there. You sweet summer child. You're so pure. Thank you so much. But it's not going to work out. And her point there is that, yes, you can tell them. They already probably know. And all these other schools, they probably already know. Trinity knows. Gehenna knows. They have information networks. Now, the problem here that she's sort of implying is that whenever the subtitling for the global version that I'm reading was like totally botched. So I had to go look it up. So they said something like, it can cause accidents. She's like, oh yeah, that accidents. Essentially the game itself, when I had to go look at that to find out exactly what she's saying here, she's implying here that, yes, they can come in and help us, but they may come in under the guise of helping us and take advantage of us. And that's kind of what she's implying with the subtitles. She's literally saying, yeah, they can do that. And then an accident happens. Whoops. We're here to help you. Whoops. And they throw something at Abydos. So yeah, that's what she's saying. She just can't trust them. And it sort of implies later on when Sensei gets with Nonomi, or at least talks with her on the side after Hoshino leaves after having her lap pillow, it seems like Hoshino herself has changed a lot. Again, another part where the subtitle's a little weird, looked it up. Right here, Nonomi is essentially implying that Hoshino, when she was in her first year, they had a student council president, her senpai, and that one was always disappearing. And that led to Hoshino to essentially do her job for her. She was running all over the place trying to get the job done. And yes, that senpai is now gone, but now she seems to be more sleepy and whatnot. But additionally, that it seems like Hoshino has changed a little bit since Sensei has gotten there, in implying the idea that Hoshino would even bother to hang out with Hifumi. Again, implying this idea that she doesn't trust other schools. That's what Nonomi is saying here, is that Hoshino cannot trust other schools. And I'm curious exactly how those two things are going to come together. Obviously, over here, when they were talking to Hifumi, you had Hoshino essentially saying, no, we're not going to trust you. Don't bother telling them. That will cause us problems. It's like, don't tell them because they probably won't help because they already know, but additionally, it could also backfire on us. So please don't tell them. It's this idea that she doesn't want the other schools to get involved, and you going to them would make them get involved. We don't need them. And again, over here, she's saying, Nonomi's saying, yeah, it doesn't seem like she trusts other schools. It seems to imply that, yes, somewhere in the past, at least what I'm gathering from this, some other school took advantage of them. Hoshino herself, at the end of the conversation with Hifumi, literally says, by ignoring the what-ifs, that's how our school got in this mess. That leads me to believe that possibly whatever that they have was caused by another school. And she doesn't want that to happen again. Don't get involved, we'll handle it ourselves. It sort of goes in line with Seruka and how she wanted to handle the situation, didn't want the teacher to get involved. They'll handle it. They've always handled it themselves. And then here, Hoshino's literally saying that, and it seems like it's out of distrust of others' groups, outside groups. So it's a very interesting kind of dynamic that we're already building with each of these characters, all seemingly, or at least these two, not wanting to trust other schools. But yeah, we'll see where that goes from there. But yeah, on the other side of the whole situation, we jump over to the problem solvers once again. Again, I'm loving the fact that they keep hanging around. Aru coming into the office, not looking too good. It seems to imply that she did not use the money. I thought that they implied in the previous episode that they used that money toward to kind of get themselves spruced up a little bit, but it seems like she doesn't want to touch the money. That's the money they dropped. I don't want to touch that stuff. It'll look bad to us. It's like you could just take a little bit out of there. Nobody would know. But no, she doesn't want to touch it at all. This could be really helpful. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get some money from our clients. No, we can't do that. It'll look bad on us. Our whole thing is that we do the job and then we get the money. It seems like there's all these like tenants and whatnot that she's established for the problem solvers to be the big crime syndicate they are. And she has to explain what those tenants are as they go along. But yeah, it seems like Mitsuki and Kayoko has had a plan where they're going to blow up a bunch of stuff to take out Abydos. And then Haruka comes in. And like I said, pretty much says, I will do anything for you. It's like this girl's like super thirsty for Aru. But yes, they go out to eat. And like I said, they go to the ramen shop. I felt so bad for the ramen shop guy. I really do, because they get there and they're super happy about their meal again. They like it. But then at some point, Aru doesn't like it. I think what she's sort of saying here is that she doesn't like the idea that it's softening her. Like they're supposed to be a crime syndicate. And they're coming to this ramen shop, and this guy's super nice. And he's like, he's literally, I'm going to give you a discount because you're Seruka's friends. No, we're not Seruka's friends. Stop it. Wait, that's the problem. The ramen shop is the problem. We're a crime syndicate. We can't enjoy nice things or something like that. It was kind of weird. I probably should have looked that one up as well, but it was just dorky. Her freaking out about the situation and Haruka completely reading it wrong and deciding to blow up the entire place. There was a side of me that was hoping that they just got, like, maybe blew up somewhere nearby and it was all fake out. But no, they literally blew up the poor guy's ramen shop. My only hope is that because his ramen shop is now nuked, maybe he can move somewhere else nearby at a better position. And that way, you know, he gets better business, but he still can serve the old people. But it's still kind of like a big heartbreak. I don't know, maybe the entire neighborhood will come together to rebuild his shop because he's such a nice guy. He's got some people that'll help him out, hopefully. But yeah, that's when they get the alert. Seruka and all them show up. Seruka's super ticked off. Aru is like, crap, I should probably explain the situation before everybody eggs her on again. Yeah, that's right. We did it on purpose. What are you going to do about it? Again, it all kind of goes in that whole idea where Aru she's just winging it. It just gives us an indication that Aru is just winging it as she goes along. And even though she's like panicking about the situation, they're like, oh, that means you've you've achieved your goal. You become a villain. Yeah, I guess that's right. Yeah, I become a villain. She just kind of goes along with it. Mitsuki just totally messes with her. I believe that that's like one thing that I absolutely loved about Aru is Mitsuki's always playing her, and she just falls right into it. It's like, even if, like, Aru almost seemingly seems like a pure-hearted person, but just because there's always that expectation from Mitsuki to kind of egg her on to being what she wants to be, that she keeps going further and further down the trail. It's really good. I do like the chemistry they have, and Haruka, I think, is kind of just the lost puppy that she has to look good in front of. And Kayako is just kind of there. Kayako's just like the middle ground area where she's just kind of like, so we're going to do it? Okay, are we not going to do it? All right, whatever. Can we do something, please? It's good stuff. But yes, at some point they established that problem solvers wanted to go back to Gehenna. And that's something that I was kind of confused about because, yes, I know the whole thing about Gehenna and stuff like that. So I was curious as to what problem solver's attachment was to Gehenna. But it does seem like they left Gehenna, and there was an implication that they could go back to Gehenna, but she doesn't want to do that. And it seems like the reason why is because the prefect team, led by Hina, they're afraid of that group. And so they can't return there. And now it seems like at the very end of the episode, it looks like the prefect team, or at least Iori and Chinatsu, are attacking the problem solvers. So it's like, I'm really curious to see what we'll get into with that story. Like, why? I mean, yes, the assumption is that Aru wanted to become a criminal, so she took her ban and left Gehenna. But what is the idea here behind Gehenna now coming after them? Is it because they defected, basically, because they're not coming to school, that they have to go out there? Like, they're the disciplinary committee of the school of Gehenna, and they're going out there to teach Aru and her team a lesson. Is their idea is to bring them back into the school, or just to destroy them in order to get back at them for, tarnishing the name of Gehenna? That'll be curious. I'm curious to see what that whole thing is about. But yeah, like I said, super mad that we got at least one good shot of Iori before it cuts off. But I am beyond myself excited for the next episode because I want to see more Iori, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully Mitsuki now has to join Abydos because Gehenna or Prefect is coming after them. Hopefully, problem solvers decide to join Abydos. That way we can have Mitsuki always with the team. I like how Hifumi was like, I'm still shocked that you guys have $1 billion in debt. Seneca's like, hey now, it's not $1 billion. And there's like, it's 960 million. It's close enough, dude. Anyhow, that's my thoughts on episode 5 of Blue Archive. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure that like button down below, comment, let me know thought of the episode. Additionally, if you know the game, I don't need answers to any speculations. I'm just having fun with it. Additionally, if you're new to the channel, make sure that subscribe button to get my content. I do news reviews, first impressions, top list. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you like this content and you want to support the channel more, I have a Patreon link, tips link, so thanks, membership button down below. Greatly appreciate what it does. Take care.